I'm screaming for a reason. Tell about 4 people I'm screaming. Tell 4 people I'm screaming for a reason. I'm screaming for a reason. Grass withers, flower thereof fades. The word of our God shall last and stand forever. It happens, Dr. Daly, when cool air rushes through the mouth, down the esophagus, filling the lung cavity with air pressing down on the diaphragm, causing hot air to rush past the vocal cords, causing a screeching sound to jump from your lips like a diver from a board 30 feet high. We call it a scream. I want to suggest to you that we hear screams all over the place. We just don't hear them in the right place sometimes. When the Cowboys fill AT&T Stadium, win, lose, or draw, fans show up just to scream. Dr. Daly, for those who don't have economic solvency, they have $40 cheap seats in each end zone so you can watch TV and scream even though you cannot see the field. Then if you've been to Las Vegas and you thought that everything that happened in Vegas would stay in there, I've heard that when the machine finally pays off, when the numbers line up, all of a sudden when the light goes off, you don't need screen practice, don't need screen rehearsal, just screaming automatically happens. Dr. Daly, I couldn't help but observe something that took place last year about this time. Last year about this time, I was sitting about to get my hair cut, and a young lady walked into the barber shop where I go, and she had on a Frankie Beverly and Mays t-shirt. Wait, before you judge me, let me just confess. I am a music lover, prodigy of the 1970s. I don't understand Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, I've tried it, I just don't understand. If you put on some Earth, Wind, and Fire, you will call my attention. Beaumont, Texas was blessed to have Frankie Beverly and Mays come, and the promoter, Dr. Daly, heard that I liked Mays and gave me 4 tickets. I struggled with whether to go or not, church, because some people need for the preacher to be Jesus Jr. You know, the Bible does say that if eating meat offends your brother, then just don't eat meat around here. I do eat meat. I'm just not going to chew around you. Are you listening to me? And I decided it was just too good of a deal to pass up. My wife told me she was going to go without me, Sister Mary. So I decided to accompany her. I'm thinking I'm going to be somewhere in the stands, safe, incognito. No ma'am, no sir. He gave me seats 1, 2, 3, and 4, row 8, right in the front. And I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed every song. Found myself screaming a time or two myself. When I get through with the concert, I'll go home, Dr. Daly, but now I'm in the shop where I get my hair cut, and I'm looking at this lady with her t-shirt on, and I'm inquisitive because I was there. I had promoter seats up front. I didn't get a t-shirt. Hold on. Here she is, t-shirt on, signed by Frankie Beverly. I'm on the front row. If you're listening to the narrative, seats 1, 2, 3, and 4, row A. I'm so close to Frankie, I'm watching him sweat. Are you listening? I do not have a t-shirt. So I asked this young lady, where were you sitting? She said, in section UU. Hold on. That means she way in the back. Are you paying attention? And so I'm trying to figure out, then how did you get a t-shirt when I was on row A and didn't get a t-shirt? She said, oh, it's easy. She said, I made up my mind I wasn't leaving until I met him. So she said, when I was in section UU, I kept screaming in this police officer's ear, so he just let me pass. And when I got to the floor, I kept on screaming, and the usher said, come on, I'll take you down front. And when I got down front, I kept on screaming until the concert was over. And when Frankie Beverly walked past, I screamed again. And he said, come with me. As I sat listening to this woman, I said to myself, if screaming got her what she needed from Frankie Beverly, what would screaming do for us if we put our pride down, opened up our mouth, and said, Father, I'm not leaving here till I get close to you. It's the gospel according to St. Mark. And I love this gospel because this gospel, Dr. Daly, is a gospel of excitement. You see, Mark's gospel is the most authentic that we have, because if the Bible was in order of date, Mark's gospel would be first. Matthew's gospel was placed first by Martin Luther when he put the canon together, because it gave us 42 generations. But Mark's gospel is gospel number 1. And when you read it, you cannot help but leave this gospel saying, I serve an awesome God. In the gospel according to Mark, Jesus talks to wind and water and makes it lay down. In the gospel according to Mark, your God is so awesome that even the devil prays a prayer. The devil in the temple says, let us alone. In this gospel, your God is so awesome that when he doesn't touch you, if you just touch him, he can still heal you. In case you missed Sunday school, Jesus is on the way to go and heal Jairus' daughter. But while he's on the way, a woman who's been hemorrhaging for 12 long years pressed her way in the crowd and grabbed the hem of his garment. And the Bible says she got well right there. Jesus turns around and says, who touched me? And the disciple says, Jesus, it's folk all around you. But he says, no, somebody laid a hand on me, because I felt virtue come out of me. In this gospel, your God is so awesome. He dismisses demons on sight. He opens the blind with blinded eyes with the word, and he changes lives on command. I wouldn't have a God that didn't have this kind of power. Hold on, he's now on the way to the cross. And while he's en route to Calvary, he has to go through Jericho. And as he goes through Jericho with a great multitude, the Bible says there is a blind man sitting on the side of the road who is calling out his name, Jesus, thou son of David, have mercy on me. And the people around him, who should have been helping him get the Lord's attention, tells him, be quiet and hush up. But I like Bartimaeus. I don't care what you say, because instead of turning his volume down, Bartimaeus says, let me turn it up a notch. And the Bible says he cries out the more a great deal. He cries until the Lord stands still, turns around and says, bring him to me. The people around him get happy for him and tell him, you're doing good. He wants you. He runs over to Jesus, and when he gets there, the Lord asks him, what do you want me to do for you? Bartimaeus says, oh, that's easy. I just want to see it here. And Jesus says, because of your faith in me, you already healed. And the Bible says when he got his sight, he followed Jesus in the way. Can I tell you why I'm preaching this? Because if he got all of this just by one scream, I just believe that the same God that did it for him will do it for us. Wait, I don't want to offend decreed, intelligent people, but sometimes the ways of the Lord confound the intelligent and bless those who just got enough sense to do it. So I figured if you could scream in Vegas when the machine pays off, if you could scream at a Dallas